Good morning. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've done a video. You say hi?
Hi.
Today I thought I would share a little bit about what I do around here to recycle. We have the animals. We've got a dog, we've got the chickens, turkeys, we had a rabbit. We used to have cats. Feed bags. If you're getting the woven plastic ones from like Fleet Farm or even some of the grain mills around the areas, what do you do when you have a ton of those bags? Do you really want to throw them out? They're plastic coated. But what do you do with the woven plastic feed bags? Well, here's my solution. Here's what I do. I just take them and turn them into different kinds of bags. We've got a large bag, a smaller bag. I just started doing lined bags with a couple of them. I even did a cute little purse. And I finally got a snap thing, so I can put snaps on things. I don't know if I'm gonna put straps on this one or just leave it as like a cute little clutch or wet bag even for diapers. And that's how I roll. It can be done super duper easy. So let me show you how. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and wash the bags, get them rinsed out. Go ahead and cut off the bottom of the bag. If it's sealed with a pull tab thing, you know, go ahead and pull that off. Some of them are just glued shut instead of sewn shut. So you want that. You want to clean it out on the inside. And then what you want to do is figure out what size bag you want and what exactly you want on it. Let's get started and see what we get. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a French seam on the bottom of the bag. So I decided to go with the all flock. We're going to sew this bottom shut with just a straight seam. I put it on wide, the widest stitch possible on your straight seam, so that you don't have a ton of holes and it ends up ripping it open more, which is not what we want. So to make it like a grocery bag kind of strength, we're going to do the French seam. Don't forget to backtrack a little bit always to close the stitch up to like tie a knot like. What we're going to do is we're going to flip the bag inside out. Make sure that your corners get pushed all the way out. Okay, now that that's done, you can't iron it to fix the seam a little bit because it's plastic. So carefully work it down to fold it like, to back over the seam that you just sewed. And then we're going to go and sew a 1/2 inch up, approximately, from the end where you just sewed. And then comes the fun part. You're going to want to make dog ears. So, I'm going to kind of fold it down so that it's more open. And pick a way for your seam to go, which direction. And you got your dog ears here. It helps with making a square bottom. And then you're going to want to measure up 2 inches from the bottom, from the edge of the bag. And that's where you're going to put your seams. The music that I have playing in my background is from the Cup of Joy Music House in Green Bay. They have various artists, groups, you name it, that come in, perform. My husband's band, Relentless, has been there, and they're going back on December 29th at the 7:30 show. So now I'm sewing up 2 inches from the corner. Okay, now I'm working on the other dog ear, 2 inches up again. Okay, so they're both sewn. Now, while you're still reversed, go ahead and turn the top of the bag over about 1/2 inch so we can make a finer edging. We're going to sew around that edge. And then we're going to fold down one more time to make the edge really nice looking. Okay, usually when I get to this point, I try not to throw away a lot because I want to make a smaller footprint on what I end up doing. I end up kind of cutting this in half so I can get 2 straps out of here. And I think I'm only going to go to this part here. I trim it up before I cut it. And in order to do that, you got to pin it shut. It's the best way I've been able to figure it out so far. Okay, I trimmed it up and then I cut them in half on the fold so that I've got 2 strips now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the 2 sides in on each strip. I overlap the second fold just slightly. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the zigzag stitch, the widest stitch. This is what it looks like. It's a slow process when you're sewing this part up. Okay, so I've gotten the 2 strips sewn. They're all down now. Now you need to figure out where you're going to put them on your bag. Now remember, you just folded down the second layer on here. So basically this is what you're going to want to do. Is simply pick a spot, and you're going to have to pin these down this time. That's why I always say use as few pins as possible when you're doing these bags. And you flip it and do the same thing on the other side. And now when I seam sew around the top edge here. I'm going to keep it just to the line on my board here, to the right of the foot, the presser foot. Because I'm going to make 2 passes around, just for the added stability. Always make sure you correct your stitch. Oops. Again, it's going on the straight stitch, the widest straight stitch that you can do. Okay, so I made the first pass all the way around for the seam. Now, instead of cutting the seam and the thread and redoing it, I'm just popping it down and going out to the 4th line on my plate, and I'm going to sew around again. Okay, so I've sewn the 2 seams around there. I'm going to take it off, and let's take a look and see what we got. Push the corners out, the square corners out, but makes an actual square corner on both sides. And then when we stand it up, when we put it on the table, it should stand if you straighten all the sides. Look at that. There we go. There you have it. Your bag, your recycled bag out of a woven plastic Feedbag tote. There you have it. Thanks for watching. I guess it's time to leave. So, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing. See you on the next video.